Welcome to another episode, Focus on Finance. You know what? I get so excited. I'm not to wave my arm and all this stuff, so I'm trying to be calm here. The reason I'm excited is because recently I had a call received from a client who has reached out to me and says, hey, you know what? Currently I have some retirement accounts that I need your advice. And so as I'm going through this with them, and they said to me, we got a biggest concern is because previously I had 3 401k, my wife and I, and of course we have another one that's a joint. And we've been retiring, and to be honest with you, we took our 401k when people retire, and of course we convert it into an IRA. Now, most of you out there, you do know that when you retire, you can have, that option to do that. Or what you may do is you may keep that a 401k where you're sitting there and just taking a withdrawal from a 401k. And I find that most people that have retirement, whether you got a 401k or IRA, or maybe even a TSP, for the viewer here, you and I live in the Washington, D.C. area, right? Maryland, D.C., Virginia, West Virginia, and TSP is rampant all over the place, okay? So self-employed people have what's IRA. So all these accounts, what's called your retirement account, is your nest egg. You've been putting it aside so that when you do need the money, you're taking it out. So back to my couple that called me. He said, well, we took a 401k, Shirley, and we converted into an IRA because we were told that that was the best thing to do, the best thing so that we can start a distribution of income, right? So he's retired. Social Security wasn't paying enough. He lived in a big house, so he needed like $80-something thousand more per year. Now think about it, guys. This particular couple were just fortunate enough that they saved enough money that they saved that kind of money. So one of his accounts had, like, let's say $1 million. He took out $86,000 a year roughly from his account, and he did what's called a withdrawal. Every year they send him a check, $80-something thousand. And so now after he got in touch with me, he said, hey, my 3 accounts are now down to 2 accounts. And I said, why? What do you mean it's down to? But he said, well, we used all the money, so now we're getting ready to have to tap into the other 2 accounts. And I looked at him and I said, let me ask you a question. How young are you? He said, I'm 72. Do you think you're going to live another 10 years? Well, I hope so. I think so. And looking at him, he was pretty healthy, guys. And I said, I think you're going to live. Do you think you can live longer than 82? How about 85? How about 90? He said, of course. We're hoping. You have to understand, guys, medical in the United States, talk about technology, it's helping people live longer and longer and longer. The problem with people living longer, it's not because they're living longer. The problem with living longer is you're outliving your money. So I looked at his account and I said, you know what? If I were you at that time, you would have met me. I wouldn't have done that to you. I would have designed something very different. He goes, what do you mean? I said, well, you just told me you needed $80-something thousand, right? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to watch this? Oh, it's so neat. I said, okay, so you got another $1 million left. If you would have given me that $1 million, I would have created, instead of withdrawal, I would have created an account, what's called lifetime guarantee income. So I told him, I said, for example, today you gave me that $1 million, right? What if I show you, as of right now, I can give you a check close to $90,000 a year, every single year, until the day you kick the bucket. By the way, audience out there, if you ever watch my show, kick the buckets means the good Lord calls you away. That's what I mean by kick the bucket, okay? His wife sat next to him. His wife said, what? Are you sure? I say, yeah, I'm sure. By the way, it's guarantee in writing. It's a contract between you and the investment insurance firm. She said, so he can get a check, $90,000 a year now, forever, and he'll never run out. I said, I goes, oh, by the way, there's something else. Do you think in a chance in the future that you could get sick? She goes, I don't know, maybe. So if he goes into a situation where he can't perform 2 of the 6 activity daily living, eating, bathing, continence, transferring, just 2 of those, I'm sorry, Mr. William, but we have to stop paying you the $90,000. At this time, we're going to double it. If the money's still there, we're going to double it to $180,000 a year. Are you okay with that? And we'll pay you a certain amount of years based on the contract that you sign with us. And if you're still alive by that time, after 5 years, we'll go back and pay you the $90,000. He was like, what? Are you kidding me? Oh, I said, your wife? Oh, she's your partner, right? Oh, yeah. So let's say it wasn't you that got sick, it was her. And if you not activate the account yet for lifetime income, we turn around and we allow for her to have the money. Time and a half, and not double. And by the way, your growth can grow whatever the market makes based on the account you select. And if the market loses money, it's locked down, never lose a dime. Does your account currently do this, audience out there, as you're hearing me talking about it for one of the few first time? I love what I do because I think bringing this financial education to the world out there, you need to know. I don't have a problem with you having money in different bucket. What I do feel very strongly is that you need to diversify your bucket. Now, for those folks that are a little younger, in the 50, 55, 59, 60 years old, where you say, I don't need money yet, Shirley, I've got plenty of money. What if we could turn around and structure it a little differently? What if I can show you strategy-wise from a tax perspective, teaching you how do you convert that 401k or that TSP and all that into the future, into a Roth? Guy, here's why it's important. If we allow the conversion of a Roth and you give me some time horizon to structure this thing properly, remember that $90,000 this guy's getting? What if I told you down the road where he can get that $90,000 as tax-free stream of income instead of taxable? Let me repeat that. Imagine if you give me some time horizon, being able to show you how to take your 401k or your TSP and all that and convert it into a Roth so that down the road, when you take the money out, it can be tax-free 100%. And if you get sick on me, remember the activity with 2 of the 6 activity daily living where you can't perform? What if we can get that at tax advantage, tax-free? I know some of you sitting out there, I never heard of it. Oh, is it for real? Does this thing exist? Ladies and gentlemen, it does exist. I'm excited to tell you that the month of June 2024, my second book is coming out. And it is called the FIA ASAP. And these are the things that I want to share with folks in the audience world, the things you may have not known about or understand or heard of. Now, some of you may say to me that, again, how come I haven't heard this from a financial advisor? How come I haven't heard of this from the company where I work with? How come? Well, there could be numerous reasons. Number one could be that that financial firm may not able to sell you this because their company may want you to invest money into things that you may charge fees, 1% fees, 2% fees, or whatever it may be. And by the way, you owe it to yourself, guys, to research all this stuff out. And if you contact me at 703-608-1203, or you can Google Shirley Liu and Associates, my team and I can help you and show you and send you information so that you can do the proper research on this. One of the things about these unique retirement plan is that I felt very strongly that, when people say, well, what happens if I die? Does my family get the money? And in the old traditional way where people may say to you and where they can kind of trash some of these things is because if you don't set it properly, the other insurance firm or company may keep it and all that. So you don't ever want to annuitize some of the accounts that you have. You want to have it create what's called a stream of income, so that if you do pass away or die, that money, the rest of the money, if you still have money on the contract, it can go to your beneficiary. Now, speaking of beneficiary, a couple of things very interesting. I've got some clients that I've just recently created a lifetime stream of income so they could have. The husband died unexpectedly. So in that particular case, I went back to the wife. She's getting the money, all of his money. She has two options. It's really neat. The option, well, ma'am, would you like for me to send all the checks tomorrow to you? Or would you like to continue what is called spousal continuation? It's called spousal continuation. That means she could continue to have the account. In this particular case, I looked at case by case. I felt very strongly that she needed to get all the money so that I can create her own account so that she can have her own stream of income. You know how neat that is? She is ecstatic being able to have in position to do that. And again, depends on your ages, how old you are. Some of these accounts will have bonuses added day one that increase your value. And if you're in a position where you said, I need money tomorrow, again, there's an account that we literally can write you a check tomorrow that you can have stream of income forever. Or you can say, you know what? Show me the different years when I can take my money, how much money can I take, and if I need it, what happens? Oh, by the way, you know, I'm really concerned that I need to have liquid of my money. Again, we designed the plan. So, with that being said, there's so much information that I just can't cover it all in one session. I would love to connect with you because, you know, at the end of the day, if you're looking for tax-free strategies, then call Shirley Lou and her team, because this is where we can help you. 703-608-1203. Until next time, tax-free strategy, call Shirley Lou.